Good afternoon, lace jumping. I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Fallout 4. Where last time, we recruited a sex bot. And I assume we did other things too, but you know, on the day you recruit a sex bot, everything else just kind of fades into the background a bit. And today you're right, let's keep our eyes on the prize, which is, we need to upgrade the comm array. Now to do that, I need the science team to analyse the various components inside the comm array. But right now, they can't do it. Presumably, because I'm not done setting up their basic infrastructure yet. So there we go. Bioanalysis equipment will get them up to where they need to be, and then yes, once that's done, we can hopefully turn their attention to the comm array. Right now they're a bit distracted by, like, you know, the various epidemics sweeping through my empire. And at the moment, we're just a tiny bit shy on rare materials, so, okay, that'll come in naturally over time. And that's good, because like I was mentioning last week, I want to turn my attention for a moment onto the railroads. Because until I do some basic work with them, I can't get hold of Ballistic Weave. And Ballistic Weave is just so good. And rather bloody conveniently, that does bring me into just the right location to deal with the Battle of Bunker Hill while I'm passing by. Marvellous. Okay, before I set off though, there is one thing I want to get my facilities team doing, which is, I'm gonna be honest, I'm sick of, like, all this trash just sitting around in the opening area. Like, this is not a nice looking area right now. It's not a good first impression for people visiting my headquarters. So, I found two things that might theoretically help with making a good first impression when we come inside. So, okay, the facilities can build a welcoming courtyard. That does sound nice. And the administration team, they can set up some decorations right here in the main entryway. So, okay, put those two things together. I'm kind of hoping next time we come to visit, this place is going to be way nicer when we come inside. Though speaking of which, yes, administration may need a tiny bit more in the way of, yes, manpower, just to, like, you know, hang up all the balloons and whatnot. There we go, staff jump into action, so, right, hopefully when we come back later, things are going to be looking a lot nicer in this bit of the world. Still leave them to it for the time being, because, yes, a quick trip over to the Institute will get us most of the way to Bunker Hill immediately. Mosey round the corner, the dead drop for, yes, Boss and After Dark should be pretty much dead ahead. And on the way, buddy, you, sir, were just legendary, weren't you? Lovely, so okay. Well, I go and check you in a second, see how my luck's doing today. So, Stockton's holotape, brilliant, and, yes, next up I'm supposed to, go in to visit Old Man Stockton. I'm guessing he might be a bit, busy at the moment, given the whole giant war that's about to break out in Bunker Hill. And speaking of which, okay, Chameleon. Chameleon is good, like, so good, but am I willing to give up cunning when, to be honest, I'm already pretty bloody sneaky just with my sneak perks, and I don't think so. Like, you know, earlier in the game, that would have been brilliant. Chameleon is so useful. Though it can, like, you know, mess with your scopes quite a lot. It makes it a lot harder to aim. Okay, we'll get to Old Man Stockton in just a second. Just need to, you know, deal with the local trouble first. And, okay, this is a really cocking weird mission. Because, yes, you're supposed to be going into Bunker Hill to retrieve a handful of synths. And you can choose to inform the Brotherhood or the Railroad. But it completely doesn't matter. Like, they show up anyway, and they don't actually care if you tell them or not, and the Institute never finds out if you tell them or not, so it just turns into, you know, a giant three-sided fight where you're neutral to all three parties. It's deeply weird. Still, bare minimum, legendaries can spawn in, so yeah, if you're lucky, you can get a pretty damn decent haul out of the whole situation.
Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The mission's parameters just changed. We're going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
So there we flippy go, the fight kicks off because all of a sudden everybody shows up and the Brotherhood hates the Institute and also the Railroad pretty much by default because they're not the Brotherhood and the Railroad hates everyone too and the Institute hates everyone too, so yes, the whole thing just turns into, you know, a really weird cocking mess where you're taking on literally no one. You can just sort of, you know, stroll straight on in because nobody present is shooting at you. It's deeply weird. Although occasionally you do get, like, you know, caught in the explosions. In the event, you know, vertebrates crash. Which they do a lot. Honestly, that's the biggest risk in this mission. Right, just stay out of the way of the fire. Keep your eyes open for, you know, anyone who's nice and legendary. If need be, just, you know, hang back and wait for the legendaries to take out each other, etc., etc. Though, this is just such a weird mission. It's like the weirdest mission in the game. This gigantic war, which just doesn't appear to involve you in any way whatsoever. So, okay. I see you, buddy. See, we've got, like, you know, one legendary right here. So, if we're lucky, the Brotherhood can deal with you. Brilliant. So, just, you know, basically, stand back and wait for the Brotherhood to do my job for me. Because I don't want to declare war on anyone just yet. There we go. I'm pretty sure he just went down. And safe cracker. Well, that's just cocking insulting game. Dear flippin' dear. Right, keep on keeping on in that case. Alright, just keep on around the side, etc., etc. Scan for legendaries, though I think the railroad can't be legendary. I think that's just for, like, you know, the Brotherhood and the Institute. So, bad luck, railroad, and don't shoot Kessler. She's done nothing to you, okay? Okay, amazingly, Stockton does not, like, you know, run to hide or anything. So, can we just, you know, continue on with Boston After Dark during the main engagement here?
Welcome, my friend. Might I ask, do you have a starter pack?
Amazingly, we can do this while the fight rages outside.
Mine is in the shop.
You? I was expecting someone of the feminine persuasion. You're with our mutual friends, yes?
I love this is happening while he's just cowering and things explode in the background. Yes, speak covertly.
Let's say I am.
Of course. You've just joined, haven't you? All you need to know is this is the first stop for all our new packages. So maintaining proper security here and preventing any unnecessary delays is crucial.
Well, as you can see, sir, I am just Captain Subtle. Sorry, can you hear me over the explosions, by the way? Okay, that's that taken care of. We can move on to, yes, that business when we want to. But while we're literally here in town, may as well wrap up the business with this fight too. Lovely. So, step underground. Obviously, me and X4 are supposed to be, you know, capturing some synths, etc., etc. But, you know, give it just a second and whatnot. And, okay, can't even remember who's cocky fighting who at this moment because, oh yeah, absolute cocky chaos. Beautiful, though. Right, the railroad, they're nice and chill. Good. In comes some synths, etc., etc. Also, Star Paladins too, because why not? This mission is just such a mess of, you know, alliances and enemies and whatnot, because I'm neutral to the railroad, right? They're chill with me. But their turrets aren't. Their turrets still need to be taken out. But me firing on their turrets doesn't annoy them in the slightest. They just do not care. They're still completely fine with me. So, yes, this mission is just really weird. It's probably the weirdest in the entire game. Anyway, down to the runaway synths, and you know what? Given I just offered to help old man Stockton with, you know, helping synths and whatnot.
Here they are.
God, it's a courser.
Oh no.
Issue the reset codes and we'll relay back to the Institute. Time is critical.
So, funny thing about that, my Corsa friend, which is, you, sir, are nowhere near as tough as your friend over at Green Tech Genetics. So, just shoot you in the head a little bit. In fact, he doesn't even go rogue for the most part, and okay, how on earth was the cocking second shot the sneak when the first wasn't? That was just weird. So, right, you lot can go free. You're welcome. Don't worry, Sean's nice and easy to talk round later. I'm literally doing work for the railroad right now. This feels like the right thing to do, damn it. So, okay, bad luck there. The railroad must have ambushed us, etc., etc. Don't worry, that's not going to cause trouble down the line. Well, actually, you can do. You've got to be, you know, a bit careful about how you speak to Sean when you report on this. And bare minimum, at least I get a cocky Gauss rifle at long bloody last. Though, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I missed the opportunity to get one way earlier in the game. I'm pretty sure, yes, like, you know, as some people spotted in the footage, a legendary gunner had one long ago. It's just he despawned before I actually picked it up. So I could have missed something really good then. It's impossible to know. Okay, and if we're lucky, right, it's still night, so I may be able to, yeah, roll straight on into Boston After Dark and wrap that up straight afterwards. Brilliant, and, you know what? With the Brotherhood here, the Vertibirds up ahead, and the CPD at Bad TFL, yeah, we should just be able to stroll our way through Boston After Dark for the simple reason there's not going to be much standing between me and the safe house. Brilliant. Okay, say that, don't forget, John, there's just a handful of raiders as needs taking care of, so, excuse me, lads, excuse me, where are you guys hanging out to just take out you? One feral ghoul as well, brilliant, enemy's enemy is my friend, so on and so forth, so, right, take out all of you, still in caution, one scaffer and, oh dear, buddy, looks to me like you were looking the wrong way, brilliant, though, I mean, I'll give you. You just took a shot from the deliverer. Well done, friend. Still, here we go. H222 has shown up. So, right, the mission is proceeding as it should do. Spot on. Aside from the fact that, right, it would appear Old Man Stockton is sort of inside a burning vertibird rack. Probably because we're currently in caution, so hang on. Why am I in caution? I need to get us back into hidden before he'll come over. And if he doesn't do that before, you know, dawn, I need to wait till tomorrow. So, okay, bloody hell, who's still, like, you know, angry at us or whatever? It better not be the super mutants in the nearby... Okay, I just picked up XP for some reason. It could be the super mutants in the nearby building site who are just sort of angry in general at the Brotherhood, but it just sort of, like, you know, transfers over to me via osmosis or something. Okay, this is good. We're back to hit him. Whatever it was, it either died or got bored. So if we're lucky... Old Man Stockton, don't bug out here, buddy. Don't bug out. I need you, like, you know, come and read your lines for me, please. Okay, worried I may have broken Old Man Stockton just by virtue of, yes, beginning this mission while he was in his cowering state and whatnot. So, okay, Stockton, buddy, come on. We gotta do this.
Hi. Everything looks clear. This is H222. H2, here's the person I talked to you about.
Okay, so he's genuinely stuck in cower mode right now. Well, this is just delightful. Right, no worries, buddy. No worries. I just need to, like, you know, run between them to do each bit of the conversation step by step.
Nice to meet you, H2.
Another person actually happy to meet me. This'll take some getting used to.
Remember what I told you, H2. I'll fire up the signal.
I mean, you say you're going to do that. I'm deeply concerned you're not, because you can't... Oh, dear. Oh, hang on, he's got up. Okay, well, this is cocky progress. And there we go. Everything's back to normal. Good, except... Oh, I may have really broken this mission, actually. Okay, hang on, what's going on here?
And there. Time for me to go. Keep H2 safe. Someone will be here shortly.
I mean, you say that. This mission is not doing well so far. Flip only knows if someone's actually going to bother showing up. Right, someone's here. Let's just go, shoot anything in our way, and get there as fast as possible, because the mission's called Boston After Dark. And it's already almost cocky dawn. Like, you know, if it's dawn when we get there, that just feels wrong and weird. We're supposed to be doing this at night, damn it. So, okay, I'm also seeing... Right, Brotherhoods. I mean, they'll deal with the Raiders for me. But I'm worried they might fire on, like, you know, these guys too, so... Oh, I should not have done these two missions at the same time. This was a mistake. Right, just help take out the lovely Raiders, etc., etc. So, I mean, this is what I wanted in a way. Like, the Brotherhood are definitely helping take out these surrounding Raiders. It's just they might, you know, take out the gun supposed to be escorting as well. Never mind. Right, the Brotherhood, who were here to take out the railroad, are not able to recognize these railroad agents. Good. Better and better. In fact, blimey, there are just flipping Brotherhood knights everywhere all of a sudden. So, Okay, basically, yes, I've had to take out, like, a single radar. The rest of the mission has been completed for me by the Brotherhood. So, okay, after a shaky start, this turns out to have been a brilliant idea. Oh yeah, literally just a stroll straight to Ticonderoga. Like a nice and easy, no trouble. My plan turned out to be brilliant after all. And before we move on, right, top floor of this location, guns and bullets, marvellous. My gun was definitely just doing a weird dance there for a second, but whatever. So okay, this is looking good as far as I'm concerned. And step away from, you know, the bench for just a second, because I need to double check something, which is the Gauss rifle. I'm guessing, okay, gun nut. Good. That's really good. I couldn't remember, yeah, how much gun nut you need versus how much science, because there we go. You do still need some science. So, right, I'm not going to be able to get this thing up to, you know, tip-top shape without either science or a lucky drop in a store. Still, this here is, yes, a very important mission to do, because I may have just basically opened the path to getting Ballistic Weave really bloody soon. Alternatively, it might still be some way away, because yeah, the way the railroad missions work is bloody weird. Still, for the time being, yeah, mosey back round the corner to the back entrance into the railroads. Because, okay, let's see if I can, like, you know, remember the exact order of play here, because, seriously, this is very confusing. Step 1, speak to Carrington to turn in that mission.
The H-222 situation appears to have been resolved satisfactorily, but there's yet more to be done. Since the fall of the switchboard, we've ascertained the fate of all but 2 safe houses. I want you to check on Augusta.
There we go. He runs straight into the next mission, Butcher's Bill, which is completely irrelevant and we don't need to do it. But we need to begun it and like being given it in order to trigger a different mission, which we do want. You see, now I've started Butcher's Bill, Pam next door should be willing to speak to me. She'll give me the mission, Mercer Safehouse, basically wanting me to go and set up a settlement. And if you get lucky, this mission can auto-complete, because she selects a location at random, and it can 100% be a location you've already cocking settled. Here we go, Mercer Safehouse, and Coastal Cottage. Dear oh flippin' dear, I've literally walked past it, but I never bothered to set it up before, so I did not get lucky. Okay, you know what? I'm probably not going to be going to that bit of the world for quite some time, so before I forget, I'll get this done immediately. Just take a vertibird up there, get it sorted. Although I expect from, yes, previous experience, friend. Are you by any chance going to land like, you know, all the way round the bloody corner and hang on. Okay, does anyone know which vertibirds are mine? Because there are a lot of vertibirds floating around right now. There we go, I see one coming down over there. So, right, you buddy, you're my ride today. And I was about to say I'm not expecting too much trouble on this route, though now Automaton started. Yeah, basically every road could just generate some very nasty opposition. I need to be, you know, a bit on the careful side, actually. There you see, I've only just cocking arrived, I'm already in caution, and my Uber's, like, shooting at something over there. So, okay. Hopefully that just distracted them. Activate this workshop, and there we go. We just need to build a handful of defense just to make them cheer up a bit. So, right. Break everything down for a handful of resources and whatnot. Though, yeah, this place is hardly swimming in resources. Hang about. Nope, literally nothing but basic wood and steel. And unfortunately, yes, those don't count for anything until they're manned. And there's no one here to, you know, man them. So, right, I'm pretty sure there's, like, you know, a shop round the corner where hopefully I could buy myself, yes, just a handful of gears and whatnot. Here we go, friend. Never hurts to have, like, you know, a small store with a water pump just around the corner, etc., etc. Bloody useless. This would have been much easier had, you know, the game just drawn Red Rocket out of a hat. But that's fine. We can loot Salem. Salem is swimming in bits and pieces. Meaning now, oh yeah, that's a flippin' better. So right, that's 80% of what we need, meaning You know what? Screw it. You can have 2 of them. You're welcome. A job flipping done. A coastal cottage is now, you know, set up and also defended. Lovely. You can even have a railroad flag, which you definitely shouldn't have because, you know, kind of the entire point is this is a safe house no one knows about. But screw it, why not? Okay, we'll go back and check in with, yes, the railroad another time because at this point, Pam may or may not give me, yes, the critical jackpot mission. We need to trigger the ballistic weave. But we've done, you know, the heavy lifting bare minimum. Instead, I'm gonna mosey back to the Institute because, given from the Institute's point of view, the Bunk Hill situation went very badly. I need to be, you know, a little bit careful what I say to Sean. Yes, indeed. Don't worry about charisma gear or anything. Just watch what you say. Because if Sean believes, you know, you deliberately screwed him over, you do get exiled from the Institute forever. That's it. Never going inside again. No more teleporter. Do not do it. The teleporter is great.
Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
And alright, do not admit fault. Instead, make up a fake ambush. Like, you know, it was entirely the fault of the railroads.
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
So there we go. He's suspicious, but not enough to actually boot me out or anything. And his speech really does make me think, like, you know, there's just a mistake in Fallout 4. Like, the Brotherhood aren't supposed to show up unless you tell them, because that's what he strongly implies. Like, it's weird the Brotherhood showed up. Like, he's suspicious you let them know. But you don't. They just show up anyway, so it's just a really cocking weird mission. Anyway, let's get back to that later because, yes indeed, while I've just been, you know, moseying about and whatnot, I have noticed up in the top left on occasion, yes, there's definitely been talk of various decorations and build projects being completed, so, oh, I'm really bloody hoping that, like, you know, the entry hallway is now way nicer than it used to be. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not 100% sure, like, what it is you did. No, seriously, what the cock did they actually do? Well, you know what? The important thing is done. We have now collected enough raw materials while I've been out and about doing that business that we could get the biolab set up. Lovely. Oh, and I'm seeing it appearing right next door to the lab, but there we flipping go. So, okay, I think at this point, yes, we already had, like, vaccines. Now we could cure influenza. So, okay, I may have got a bit ahead of myself last week when I said we cured influenza. Okay, I like your new lab. Though maybe, like, you know, don't let Strong sit. Strong might be annoyed by this. Right, just slap a handful of people back into the science team. And with that, okay, finally, we're going to cure influenza. And there we flipping go. It's finally cocking done. She wanted even more bloody setting up in her room, yet apparently we need, like, you know, gigantic tanks with stuff in them, and, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't put this in, like, you know, the front room. That's a bit weird and creepy for people who are, like, visiting us for the first time, but whatever. I think we might finally be done setting up the science team.
The flu has been banished from our little fortress, and our gentle Lupe has been kind enough to get the vaccines out to the surrounding settlements. That's one illness you'll see much less of out there. That fact alone is a massive step for the common good. I find tangible progress refreshing. I look forward to whatever comes next.
And there we flipping go. That mission is finally complete. So, okay. With that done, well, one, we've just picked up some exciting new HQ designs. Lovely. Oh, and I think I just stumbled across yes, what my, like, decorative team were doing. Oh, you know what? That's quite nice. There's sort of, like, a fountain and a garden out front. I've no idea how to make them, like, just tidy up the bloody main entryway. But, like, this is nice bare minimum. There we go. That's what I was expecting to see. Now we're done with, the basic lab setup and whatnot. We can finally do technology research. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I just went and slept for 72 hours straight just to, build up enough rare materials to get straight on with this because, oh yeah, comm array component analysis. Though, okay, we've got the materials, I just need 75 in the science department. Right, just ship over literally every companion and a handful of named people we've run into previously. And there we go. 82 science. So, we have finally cocky done it. And there we go. The job is done. So, right. Cassandra, me and you need to have another chat apparently.
We finished combing over the hub components. It's a good thing you and our little visionary had the foresight to assign it to us before using them. Otherwise, it's likely you'd have been down a couple of limbs, some staff, and an entire building. You see, one of the components was rigged with a rather elegant booby trap.
Okay, so it was worth studying them first. Gotcha!
Is everything all right?
We've disabled the trap and put everything back together. I'm pleased to report that the only damage done was to Cedric's nerves. He jumped anytime there was a spark noise or when I happened to clap my hands and say boom. Really, he should have learned by the 5th time. I can't imagine anyone would mind, but I took the initiative to repurpose the gunner's trap into something a bit more portable and throwable. While of course I don't condone the use of violence and blah blah blah, the irony does tickle my sensibilities.
You know what, Cassandra? I like you. Alright, so we got ourselves, my goodness, paralysis grenades, you say? And the ability to make more too, I like it, though, with the appropriate perks. I might not have those, I'm not sure. Then again, headquarters with the right upgrades, okay, I can bypass perks if need be. Better and better.
Oh, hey there. Perfect timing. Cassandra gave me the report on all those components. Still can't believe one of them was rigged to blow up. I never would have noticed something like that. Not until it was too late. Wonder why the gunners would put something like that into the hub. Maybe some kind of insurance?
I mean, we know there were, like, distinct factions in the Gunners who don't like each other very much, like Algernon says, so, yeah, maybe it was a bit more serious than we thought.
Who cares about them? What's next?
Ah, you're right. It's a waste of time trying to figure out why the Gunners did any of the stuff they did. Anyway, the rest of the components check out and are safe to install. Each component comes with a unique benefit. The one I'm most excited about will make the array more energy efficient. But there's also one that would extend the array's broadcast range. That would come in handy if we wanted to start using ASAMs further afield. Not that I'm saying we should do that right now, but it might be useful in the future.
So what happens now?
I suggest our next project should be to install all these new parts. Really kick the comm array up a notch. I'll put the assignment on the board. You know the drill by now, so I'll let you get to it. See you later.
And there we go. With the plans in hand, we can now build them, but I get the feeling, yes, this here might be the final exam for the headquarters, because all of a sudden, the game's asking for 75 engineering and 75 science at the same time, and I don't think I'm capable of hitting 75-75, so, okay. Dance is waiting at the marina. And someone said in the comments the sex bot was actually really, really bloody good. And if I just go back to the Institute, we could recruit X6 and, okay, I think we are almost there. If I just, pick up the last handful of companions, bring everybody here, get all of them working on this at the same time, we can finally upgrade the comm array. And as I understand it, that's the end of the second act of this mod. Once I'm done with this, we're into the final act, so okay, how about we wrap things up there and figure out how to bring all this together next time. But yeah, I reckon if I just bring every single companion to our headquarters, we can make this happen. So hopefully you join me next time for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Fallout 4. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ah, we have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.